Hi and welcome. I'm Justina. I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm trained and certified by the psychologist Dr. Lyle and his approach to motivation and well-being called esteem dynamics. You don't need more willpower and healthy eating or weight loss. What you need is to make the most of the willpower that you already have. That is the secret of successful people when it comes to their willpower. If you haven't watched my first video on willpower, I recommend doing this as well. People think that they need more willpower. We are surrounded by supernormal stimuli like processed foods, but we only have natural human willpower and we need to make the most of the willpower that we have. In the following, I'll give you some tips by Dr. Lyle on how to support the willpower you already have. Number 1. Clean your room. The brain gets tired when everything is messy. When we have a clean and organized environment, we have more willpower. It's easier for the brain to make a decision in such a clean environment. Number 2. Lay out your exercise clothes the night before you go to sleep. A moderate level of exercise increases willpower. Science does not know exactly why this increases willpower, but speculates that it improves glucose metabolism. Our ancestors didn't need discipline for that. They moved a lot, otherwise they wouldn't survive. We don't need movement nowadays to make a living. Therefore, it is easy not to do it. Now we need more discipline and have to convince ourselves that this is important. It doesn't have to be something extreme. Do something you enjoy or at least hate the less. One example could be to start with simple walking in nature for 20 to 30 minutes a day. Make this experience pleasurable. For example, listen to an audiobook or have a nice conversation with a friend. Number 3. Before you decide to eat junk food, eat something healthy at first. If you're tempted to eat something unhealthy, eat something healthy first. That will give you more willpower to solve the problem if you should eat junk food or not. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Therefore, have healthy foods and snacks always available and easily accessible so that you have the chance to get something healthy immediately in your mouth when you face a challenge. Another technique in this context is called the Willpower Paradox. With this technique, you put the decision-making off for later. So instead of deciding now, for example, if you should eat something unhealthy right now, you eat something healthy instead and some junk food later or not. With this technique, the mind can relax and put off that decision for later, and you increase the chance of not eating the unhealthy food at all. Number 4. Get to bed on time and have a good night's sleep. People who are short on sleep are more impulsive. This is also true for animals. However, having a good night's sleep is not only helpful to make the best of your willpower, but also for your health and overall well-being in general. Therefore, try to get enough sleep. Between 7 and 9 hours is optimal. There is no rocket science to make the best of your willpower. In fact, these principles are very basic and there is nothing else to increase willpower. Therefore, we need to protect the willpower we already have. Do all those techniques always help and protect you from all supernormal stimuli? Sure not, but they increase the chances of doing so. Dr. Lyle has a nice analogy in this regard, which is as follows. Some areas of modern life are like weeds that try to take overhand of our beautiful garden, and there are a lot of weed seeds in our modern environment that go into our garden. The solution is to go out and pull the weeds. They will come up, sometimes they will stay longer than you want, but we do a good job by regularly pulling them. We do this routinely and we get better and better at it. A paradox of willpower is that the people who seem to have the most willpower are actually not using it at all. They are not super challenged because they have an orderly garden and weeds have less chance to come up. They are not superhumans at all, but they created an environment and a routine in their life that is more consistent with our natural history. When you already build a solid health routine in your home, you know that you don't think about it twice. It became second nature to you. But people from the outside comment that it is super hard. Yes, in the beginning it is, but only until it becomes your second nature. Like with every new skill you learn, it takes time and practice. By making mistakes, you become better and better at something. Some people are more relaxed to have a few weeds in their garden, such as having a treat here and there, and are doing fine. Others not. If you are an Ellen Goldhammer or Chef AJ, two health pioneers, your garden will be weed-free all the time. This has to do with their personality, so don't feel bad if you have some weeds in your garden. The most important thing is that those weeds don't hurt you or disturb your routine in the long run. If they do, try to get better at gardening. When you are trying to make a positive change, one of the problems that will stop you is that you feel like you will be on record. You feel like you and your character are being observed and judged by others, and therefore people avoid change. A way to tease the mind is an approach by Dr. Lyle, what he calls the concept of experiments. This helps to tease your mind that you will not live like this for the rest of your life. You just run an experiment and see what happens. In the end, you will find out if it's worth doing it or not. For example, you can say, I try to do this new positive change for the next 30 days, and then we will see. The last thing I want to mention about modern world is the following. If you think it's only a miserable place to live in, no, it's not. And it brought us tremendous help in different areas. We have more food available, healthcare, etc. But in some areas of our lives, it disturbs our minds and bodies that they cannot handle properly. I'm grateful for living in this time. Or do you want to live in the wilderness and starving most of the time? We just have to make wise decisions in modern time, and one of them is how to manage our available willpower more wisely. If you need help to become a better gardener in our modern world, I'm here to guide you along this way. You can contact me through esteemdynamics.com or my website, which I both link in the show notes. Have a wonderful day. I hope you liked this video. If you want to learn more about healthy living and modern life, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video. Bye bye!